Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wise, where we dive into the mysteries of the mind, spirit, and soul. In today's video, we'll explore a fascinating topic that many may not fully understand: spiritual spouses. Have you ever felt an unexplained, deep connection with someone, even though you may not have met them physically? Or perhaps, you've felt an emotional bond or an intense pull towards someone that goes beyond the ordinary. These experiences can sometimes signal the presence of a spiritual spouse. Spiritual spouses are believed to be entities or energies with which we form deep, often mysterious, connections. Some people describe their experience as having an unseen partner who influences their life in both profound and sometimes challenging ways. In this video, we'll discuss 5 signs that may indicate you have a spiritual spouse. One of the most common signs of a spiritual spouse is a strong emotional or physical draw to someone, even if you've never met them before. This pull might feel overwhelming, like an invisible force that connects you to someone you've never even known. You may feel as though you're waiting for them, longing for their presence, or experiencing an almost magnetic attraction that doesn't have an obvious explanation. This feeling often goes beyond romantic interest. It's not just about attraction in a physical sense, it's a deeper, inexplicable connection. You might dream about them, sense them around you, or feel as though your life is missing something that only they could provide. It's as though your soul is trying to reach out to theirs, even across vast distances. Many individuals with spiritual spouses report intense dreams, seeing their partner in vivid and often lucid dream states. These dreams can feel so real that it becomes difficult to distinguish them from actual life experiences. These deep connections often lead people to question whether they've met this person in another realm or lifetime. Another common sign of having a spiritual spouse is persistent feelings of loneliness, despite being surrounded by friends, family, or a partner. You may feel as though something is missing, even if you have a fulfilling life on the outside. This emptiness can feel as if you're yearning for someone, or something, that you cannot name or find. For people who experience spiritual marriages or connections, this sense of loneliness isn't the same as typical loneliness. It's a deeper longing, a sense of incompleteness, as if your soul is in search of its counterpart. It may seem like you're always searching for someone who can fill that void, but no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to suffice. This sense of inner yearning can be a sign that your spiritual spouse is trying to connect with you on a deeper level, perhaps in dreams, through energy, or in other ways that are not immediately obvious. Do you find yourself experiencing sudden emotional highs and lows, often without a clear trigger? Spiritual spouses can sometimes cause these emotional fluctuations. It's as if you are emotionally in sync with someone, even though they are not physically present in your life. These emotional shifts can occur when your spiritual spouse is near, or when they are sending you messages or energy. You might feel ecstatic, euphoric, or deeply connected to something much larger than yourself one moment, and then overwhelmed with sadness, anxiety, or confusion the next. This constant emotional up and down can be both exhausting and perplexing. Some individuals describe these emotional experiences as being linked to their spiritual spouse's moods or energy. If your spiritual spouse is in turmoil or experiencing difficulties, you might feel their pain or confusion even without direct contact. Another sign of a spiritual spouse is hearing voices or sensing their presence, even when no one is around. Many people report hearing whispers, their name being called out, or feeling an overwhelming sense of someone being near them, when there's no physical presence to explain it. This can happen during moments of solitude or even in the middle of a crowd. The feeling can be so strong that you may begin to question your own perception of reality. Some individuals report hearing the voice of their spiritual spouse calling to them, offering guidance, or even just making their presence known in subtle ways. In some cultures, this type of communication is seen as the spiritual spouse trying to make a connection. This can be comforting, but it can also feel unsettling if you're not sure who or what is communicating with you. The final sign that you may have a spiritual spouse is heightened sensitivity to energies and changes in your environment. People who have spiritual spouses often find that they are more attuned to energy, both their own and that of others. You may notice that your mood or energy changes depending on who you're around or the environment you're in. Your spiritual spouse might be trying to communicate with you through these energies. You may sense their presence more strongly during particular times of the day or in certain locations. For example, you might feel a sudden rush of warmth or coldness when thinking about them, or you may experience an increased awareness of spiritual energies around you. Some individuals report that they can feel their spiritual spouse's emotions or thoughts as if they were their own. This heightened sensitivity can feel both comforting and overwhelming, as you're more in tune with the unseen world around you. If you've experienced any of these signs, it's important to remember that having a spiritual spouse is not necessarily a cause for concern. These connections can be deeply transformative and spiritual, leading to personal growth and understanding. If you feel overwhelmed or confused, consider seeking guidance from a spiritual advisor or counselor who understands these types of experiences. Thank you for watching today's video on Wisdom Wise. If you found this content helpful or intriguing, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights. And remember, trust the journey of your soul, it's guiding you in ways that you may not yet fully understand. Until next time, take care, and stay spiritually aware.